Testing, testing, testing. Good afternoon, Tigers fans, and welcome after some technical difficulties to the Wilson Live channel in the Tiger Den for some Final Four basketball action. The Wilson Tigers facing off against the McKinley Tech Trainers, and unfortunately our broadcast got a little late here today. This is Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman, and a pretty loaded first half of action. Trainers really came to play in the Den. Nat, what did you think of that first half?
Yeah, it was a very interesting first half. Tigers came out very slow with it, and the Trainers came out very hot. Started out with a 9-0 lead, and Wilson just really wasn't ready for the Trainers' intensity coming off the gate. Really just couldn't get anything going. They started turning the ball over. Trainers have a decent amount of fans here that they were able to bring some energy off of. Tigers started to clean up a little bit towards that end of the second half. Along the 14 points from Darren Buchanan Jr., were able to battle back a little bit to cut the lead to 7. Almost could have cut it to 5 at the end of that second quarter. But so far, the Trainers really played great. We know this team can be very talented with some big wins this season, including one over Coolidge. But so far, they've came out hot. Tigers really had no answer for them, and we'll see if that continues in that second half.
Yeah, Trainers really led by leading scorer Terrell Webster. The guard was really hot from the three-point, and a lot of back and forth in play. A lot of turnovers between both teams. Interesting officiating early here. We'll see how that plays into the rest of the game. 3 officials here today, and they've all had different takes on this action today. Really calling every little call, so we apologize if the sound isn't too great right now. We're working off a different setting, but here goes the second half of action in the Final Four play. We'll be back. So the Tigers really have had a loaded schedule this season, 23-4 thus far on the season. Trainers also with a 21-6 record, so lots of games for both teams. We know the Tigers have went and played in national games against teams like Roselle Catholic, and the two teams will face off in the Final Four. Winner plays the winner of the Roosevelt Coolidge game. this Wednesday at 8.
Yeah, interesting. I wrote some keys to success down for both of these teams before the game. And the three main for the Tigers was get out and score in transition early, attack the paint and use their size to their advantage, and not allow Terrell Webster to go off and score a lot. And so far, they really haven't been able to do any of those effectively. Terrell Webster has 11 points. The Tigers have turned the ball over and really have not been able to use the Buchanan and Dockery size to how they wanted to.
Yeah, Dockery struggling early here. Lots of early turnovers, lots of travels. And now we're here for the second half of action. Let's see how the Tigers change. McCray, Dockery, James, Buchanan Jr., and Brimage in the game. That'll be deflected out of bounds, and that'll stay Tigers basketball.
Yeah, the turnovers almost continue to be a factor in this one. Tigers, like you just said, Robert Dockery almost had 4 turnovers in that first half. Really tried to attack the paint with his size, but called him all out on that.
Buchanan Jr. loses the handle. James able to get it back. Buchanan, Brimage on the layup, misses that one. And number 2, Terrell Webster will control for the Trainers.
Yeah, James coming off an injury. He'll be a huge factor in this one, a very defensive type player, which the Tigers need in the second half.
That was number 11, Todd Johnson, firing up that missed 3. Buchanan Jr. will come back the other way. He finds Brimage. Brimage will walk there. That is a very common thing you saw in the first half.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, it almost seems like it's an away game with the type of atmosphere here it is in the Tiger Den. It's supposed to be a game with not many fans in attendance, but the majority of the fans are McKinley Tech, and they're getting very loud and aggressive, which kind of brings some intensity to the other way.
Now number 3, Rashad Perry will dump it off to Todd Johnson. Johnson swings it to Antoine Gross. Gross working on Buchanan Jr. He'll find Webster. Webster working on James. The lengthy James, a very good defender. Webster crosses and drives into the paint. Working through Dockery. That'll be deflected out of bounds. A good reach from Dockery there. That'll stay Trainers ball with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Quick inbound, blocked by Buchanan Jr. And that'll be a shot clock violation. Good defensive possession from the Tigers, led by Kakarau James.
Yeah, you can hear Coach T, after breaking the huddle to start the second half, he said, we need to defend. So far, they're doing a great job of that. We know Terrell Webster is a player. We know he can get his buckets, but they can slow him down as much as possible. They can be successful.
James finds the ball at the top of the key. He'll find Buchanan Jr. on the wing. Buchanan Jr. working inside with the left. Ooh, off the glass. Too clean from Buchanan Jr., who started out hot early and continues his success.
Yeah, exactly right. We saw in that previous matchup of the season, Tigers won 74-44, and the biggest factor in that one was Buchanan and Dockery combined for 52 points of the Tigers' 74. So far, Buchanan has done exactly like that, 16 points so far in this one, but Dockery's got to step it up.
Deep 3 from number 2, Terrell Webster knocks it down. 23-31 now, 8-point lead for the Trainers after the Webster 3. Tigers had got down to 5 the possession before. That was the slimmest lead of the game for the Trainers. Dockery working inside now, and that'll be a blocking foul on number 20, Kalao Biles.
Yeah, we know Terrell Webster's a player. McKinley's Tech biggest win of the season so far is a win on the road against Coolidge. In that one, Webster had combined for 30 points, leading the Trainers to a huge win.
Buchanan Jr. goes down hard there. Trainers will have to come out. Looks like a backdoor lob play being set up there. And the refs called a travel on that one. Buchanan Jr. coming down. Trainers defender got way up under him. Coach T. Johnson unhappy with that call. While we're at our break in our action, we want to thank our sponsors, Rockland's Barbecue, today. If you're on any barbecue needs, check out Rockland's.
We talked about earlier the keys to success for the Tigers. I wrote down the keys to success for the McKinley Tech Trainers, and the first one is to establish Terrell Webster. In the game, again, the previous game against Wilson, they lost by 30, and one of the biggest reasons for that was the struggles on the offensive end. Webster only had 3 points in that one, They got to be able to get more touches to him, and they've done exactly that so far, already having 14 points. And then their second key to success was slowing down Buchanan and Dockery. Like I just said, it's combined for 56 of the 74 team points. So far, they've done a great job on Dockery, turning the ball over on him, but Buchanan has gotten his way inside. And then the third one was to don't turn the ball over. So far, they've done a decent job at that, but got to keep it up if they want to win this one.
So Buchanan Jr. will check out of the game and head to the training table. Dockery, Brimage, McCray, Grissom, and James will find themselves in the game now. That was called a travel, so trainers will have the basketball. Floated over the top and stolen by McCray, who has a wide open lane. Easy layup for number 0, Joe McCray.
Yeah, someone's going to have to step it up on the offensive end, and if that's McCray, averaging over double digits in his last 3 appearances, and along with 4 steals. If you don't know that, Mans, he's a dangerous one off the Tigers bench.
Webster knocks down another one. It seems like every time the Tigers get something going, Webster has an answer. Dockery will come off the screen from James here. Fighting inside, almost turns the ball over, and he'll be called for a travel.
Yeah, every time Dockery tries to drive to the basket, he really tries to put his nose down, almost trying to deliberately go for a shot or try to pick up a foul, but been called for a lot of travels right there, kind of being too aggressive when he's driving to the basket. Got to look to slow it down when he's driving, look for a kick-out 3.
Number 3, Rashad Perry finds himself trying to break the Tigers' press by himself. That's stolen by McCray. James down the other end tries to slam it. That's blocked by Webster. McCray off a spin there. Floats it over the top to Buchanan Jr. Once again, a very loud crowd here. Buchanan Jr. around the back finds Brimage from way deep. He knocks it down. Marvin Brimage, and the Tigers will take a timeout. 28-34 now. Trainers still have the lead, but a big shot from number 5, Marvin Brimage.
Yeah, momentum slowly shifting. The pressure of McCray alongside James really been the factor in this one, giving the Tigers some transition opportunities, and then Brimage showing the range. You can't give that man an inch of space because he'll make you pay.
So what you might have missed to start this one, trainers start the game on a 9-0 run. Come out of the gates hot, including a Terrell Webster bank 3 fading in the corner, and it just seemed like everything was going right for the trainers. Since then, momentum has shifted a little, but still a 6-point lead for the trainers. Four minutes and 12 seconds left in this third quarter. Tigers got to make something happen here. Switch into their man press now. Todd Jones will be guarded by Brimage. Johnson working off the screen. He'll find number 23, Antoine Gross. Gross tries to float it inside. That's deflected by Buchanan Jr. James tries to dive for it. That'll be trainers basketball under the basket.
Yeah, that'll be almost the 3rd straight possession for a trainers turnover. So far, the defense is stepping it up in the second half for the Tigers.
Johnson will inbound. Looking, and he'll find number 20, Kalau Biles. Biles swings it to Johnson in the corner. And way over his head. That'll be Tigers basketball. McCray finding Buchanan Jr. on the wing. Trainer's in his zone now. He'll find Brimage in the corner, wide open for 3. Bang! You betcha, Marvin Brimage in the corner for 3, almost automatic at this point.
Big time shot. You don't want to run a zone against the Tigers. Crowd is heating up.
Board by Buchanan Jr. He'll find Grissom on the other end. Tries to bounce it, gets it back, and he'll find McCray and settle on the wing. McCray to Buchanan Jr., and he'll smartly slow the offense down. 15 on the shot clock. Buchanan Jr. working inside with the left. And that'll be a blocking foul inside on number 3, Rashad Perry.
I'm liking that drive play right there from Buchanan, spacing the floor out, trying to attack the basket. We know this Trainers team doesn't have much size on them, with the tallest player on the court being 6'4". Buchanan should be able to get anything he wants inside. I'd like to try to see him continue to try to attack the basket.
Buchanan Jr. knocks down the first one. And Dockery and Lomax will check in the game now.
That's a big-time free throw. We saw, if you didn't watch the 2 previous playoff games, Tigers struggled a little bit from the line at times. Not necessarily a big factor in that one, as they had a big dominant victory, but those type of little mistakes of cleaning up those free throw issues could be the factor in a close game like this.
Last time the 2 teams faced off at McKinley Tech, Patrick Ewing was in attendance. No one like that today, but Buchanan Jr. is still showing out after getting the Georgetown offer. Buchanan Jr. picks up a blocking foul there. Just under 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Now down to a 2-point game after the missed free throw. Rashad Perry guarded by Lomax. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Intensity has totally changed in the building. The Tigers fans getting into a little bit. And the section for McKinley Tech is almost silent. A totally different atmosphere from the start of this game.
McCray will dump it off to Dockery. Set play here. McCray coming off the screen from Dockery will find Buchanan Jr. Buchanan Jr. will find Brimage. Brimage fading in the corner. No good. Board by Buchanan Jr. finds Dockery inside. Oh, what a pass by Darren Buchanan Jr.
And Coach Allie Foster is livid. He wanted a push in the back call. And since this is the lowest lead since 0-0, we have a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
A total reset. Buchanan Jr. finds the rebound after a missed Brimage 3 in the corner. Finds the struggling Dockery. Maybe that's what he's needed this whole time. Tie ball game, 2 minutes and 33 seconds left.
And this whole run hasn't started necessarily on the offensive end. It's all been started on the defensive end. The addition of being able to turn them over is really what gave in this Tigers this tie ball game.
Once again, as we have a break in the action, want to thank our sponsors, Rockland's Barbecue, some of the best barbecue in the DMV area. Make sure to go check them out. So now 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in this third quarter. Brimage, Lomax, Dockery, Buchanan Jr., and McCray will check in the game.
Tigers on a 7-0 run. Like to see the Trainers try to get the ball into Terrell Webster.
There he is, but that's off the mark. Great board by Marvin Brimage. Brimage finds Dockery on the left wing. He'll slow it down and find Buchanan Jr. Buchanan Jr. to Lomax. Tigers swinging the ball around well. They find Buchanan Jr. inside, and that'll be a foul picked up on number 12, Dion Dunnington.
Again, another great drawn-up play right there from Coach Johnson. Able to get the mismatch and the switch inside that Buchanan wants, and he's too strong and too big. The Trainers are forced to foul.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Trainers a relatively undersized team for the competition that the Tigers have faced thus far this year, so to get Buchanan Jr. the ball inside is always a good idea. Buchanan Jr. misses the first one, and that'll maintain the tie ball game. Brimage checks out of the game for Cockerell James. Off the mark again. James almost had an offensive board.
So Buchanan goes 1 for 4 from the line on 2 straight possessions. Got to knock down those free throws if they want to win this one.
Terrell Webster guarded by James. Trainers looking to make something happen here. Calvin Hollingsworth will work on Dockery, and that'll be a blocking foul. Number 11, Todd Johnson, will throw it into the trainer's star, Terrell Webster. Webster working on James. Webster crosses. Still working on James. An ISO play here, almost throws that out of bounds. Number 11, Todd Johnson, will throw it to the wing, and that's off the mark for the Trainers, and that'll be Tigers basketball. Still a tie game. No points in about 2 minutes. 1 minute and 27 seconds left in this third quarter. Lomax to Dockery. Dockery inside, off the mark. Buchanan Jr. had the offensive board, but he misses that one too. Webster will try and find number 5, Calvin Hollingsworth, and that'll be a blocking foul on Lomax.
Yeah, but the offensive struggles continue for the Trainers. Only 6 points in the second half, both coming off threes from number 2, Terrell Webster. They got to step it up if they want to win this one. Tigers really playing better in the second half on a 13-6 run so far in this third quarter.
That's off the mark from Calvin Hollingsworth. The 6-foot senior. Hollingsworth makes the second. Richmond and Brimage both check back in the game. Richmond to Dockery. Dockery working inside, pumps, way off the mark. Buchanan Jr. on the offensive boards. He'll be fouled.
Offensive glass is killing the Trainers right here. Tigers able to get multiple shots per possession and haven't been able to convert on every free throw attempt, but able to get to the line. If they continue that, they'll be up in this ball game.
Buchanan Jr. knocks down the first one. Buchanan Jr. gets out of his free throw slump and hits both of those. The first lead of the game for the Tigers now. That'll be a block foul picked up on number 1, Noah Richmond.
Yeah, interesting to see the lineup that is in the ball game for the Tigers. We saw Richmond really have a big majority of that first half on the bench. Interesting to see him back in this game in the second half.
Rashad Perry will control now. No Terrell Webster in the game. He's catching a breather. Tough shot attempt. As Dockery runs all the way out of the gym.
They're going to call that one on the Tigers. Look to be both guys just have lots of contact, not necessarily one initiating on the other, just both trying to go for the loose ball.
Number 3, Perry will find Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth floats it up inside. That's off the mark. Offensive board from the Trainers here. Gross turns it right over though. Brimage coming down the other way. He goes up, and that's no good on the and one, but he'll go to the line. Brimage, a knockdown free throw shooter.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how long Terrell Webster stays on the bench. He's the leading scorer for this Trainers team, averaging 16.1 points per game this season. Not another single guy on this team averaging in double digits. See how long he stays on the bench.
Brimage shooting 84% from the line this year on 50 attempts. He knocks down both. 3-point lead for the Tigers now. 30 seconds left for the Trainers to make something happen. Perry will cross on number 1 Noah Richmond. An aggressive double team from the Tigers, and that'll be sent to the corner to Hollingsworth. Gross finds himself with the ball now. He'll swing it to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth inside. And a questionable call there. Tigers bench livid about that one. They'll call a block on number 10, Cockere James. McCray deflects it out of bounds, leading the team in steals with 2.8 per game. Buchanan Jr. finds himself with a steal and a slam. Sir, come upstairs. Come upstairs, sir. Buchanan Jr. and the Tigers fans hyped up.
All the energy in the building. The Tigers with their largest lead of the game, leading 40-35. With the end of the third quarter, Tigers take a huge lead, coming off the struggle in the first half.
We'll be back after the timeout. And welcome back to the Tiger Den for the last quarter of action today between the Wilson Tigers and the McKinley Tech Trainers. An early foul called there on number 3, Rashad Perry. Super interesting game thus far. Final 4 here for the DCIAA playoffs. 40-35. Tigers have come all the way back from a 9-0 run from the Trainers to start the game, and some very early struggles. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman as Brimage spots up a 3. No good. He'll find himself with the offensive board though, and that'll be a jump ball.
Yeah, interesting to think, consider going down the stretch in this game. It's been a very physical ball game. Both teams now in the bonus, so expect a lot of free throws going down the stretch for both teams.
And number 2, Terrell Webster, checks right back in the game. Webster coming off a screen. Tough shot. That's no good. Board by Buchanan Jr. And that'll be a jump ball in Tigers basketball. Really loud atmosphere for a minimal crowd here.
Both teams not trying to go home. Both teams trying to show that they're the best team in the DCIAA.
Richmond will pass it to Dockery. Dockery with another travel.
travel after travel after travel for Dockery. Really made a lot of mistakes in this one. Wilson's lucky to be up 5 with Dockery struggling so much.
Agreed. It seems like the refs are just ready to call that one every time for Dockery. Unfortunate for him. Hollingsworth pushes off of Richmond. Great defense. Buchanan Jr. guarding Antoine Gross. Gross throws it up. No good. On the follow through, number 20, Biles gets it to go, and that'll be a Trainer's timeout. 3-point game with 6 minutes and 46 seconds left. We'll be back. And welcome back to the Tiger Den. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. 6 minutes and 46 seconds left in this DCIA Final Four action between your Wilson Tigers and the McKinley Tech Trainers. We appreciate you for tuning in.
It's been a battle of the stars in this one. Buchanan with 21 points and Webster, 17. Both guys not trying to have their team go home.
Dockery livid there. Another travel.
Here with the opportunity to tie the ball game up with a 3.
Hollingsworth will work on the scrappy defender, Richmond. Loud crowd getting into it. Corner 3 found, way off the mark. That was number 3, Rashad Perry, controlled by the Tigers.
A little bit of contact on that 3. Wilson, the Tigers lucky did not get the foul call on that one.
Buchanan Jr. checking back in the game. He'll find himself at the top of the key, working inside on Webster. And that'll be a turnover, bad pass there.
Both teams playing some great defense. Tigers playing in a very aggressive man defense, doubling the ball handlers a lot, trying to cause turnovers. And on the other end, the Trainers playing some great defense as well.
Looks like a turnover there from the Trainers. And that'll be a jump ball.
Again, lots of contact there, no foul call. Interesting to see. This one should be Trainers basketball, which it is. Opportunity to get this ball back and tie this game back with 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go.
A crazy back and forth game once again. Not even half capacity, and this place is jumping. Cheerleaders getting into it, fans getting into it, and just a super loud atmosphere. Hollingsworth will work on Lomax. Now they get the ball to the star, Terrell Webster. Webster guarded by James. Great defense by James. Webster will work off a screen now. James still guarding him. He'll have to give that one up. Gross for 3, way off the mark. Another offensive board from the Trainers, and Gross with the putback.
Big time offensive rebound. Tigers do a great job defending him for almost 28 seconds and then able to get the offensive rebound. Bad possession right there for the Tigers.
That'll be a timeout call from the Tigers. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to drop a like down below and a subscribe if you haven't already. We will be covering the championship game if the Tigers make it on Wednesday. And after that, hopefully the DCSAA playoffs. But as of right now, Tigers got to lock in and focus on winning this one. To recap the Tigers season, they started this one at the Tiger Den, beating Fairfax Christian. They beat St. Albans, they beat Banneker, beat Lanham Christian, beat Lake Clifton, beat Bell, Cardozo, and a big win over Coolidge. Then beat Dunbar and had to forfeit their only loss thus far in the DCIAA to Eastern. Then beat Georgetown Prep. I'll continue after the action stops. Dockery back in the game now. And he'll have the ball. He finds McCray. McCray working inside. And that'll be a jump ball. Coach T. Johnson looking for a foul.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Tigers try to get the ball inside to Buchanan like we saw a lot in that third quarter. So far, the Tigers...
Quick inbound to Brimage. That's off the mark. Good board by Gross there. And he'll find number 5, Calvin Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth will be doubled and have to find Gross. Gross coming off the pass. No good. McCray running the break. He'll go up on Hollingsworth and the bucket. You can't count the foul. Joe McCray. Stone cold.
McCray really been stepping it up in the last 3 games, averaging more than 10 points a game, including a game where he had 22 points and 9 steals. Really just an explosive player off the bench. The Tigers does it all on the defensive end, on the offensive end, brings so much energy, and has been so key in this one.
McCray misses his free throw attempt, and that'll be an offensive board by James. McCray goes right back up with it, and he'll be fouled and sent to the line.
Cockaway James with a huge big-time rebound. Done a great job all second half guarding Terrell Webster, and they're picking up a huge rebound, allowing the Tigers to be able to have an opportunity to extend their lead.
Coach Ollie Foster once again livid on the sideline. McCray misses the first free throw. Three-point game now.
Just like I said in that first half, and just like this whole playoffs, the free throw struggles continue for the Tigers. These type of points are going to matter in a close game like this.
McCray misses his second free throw. Another offensive board by James. James finds Dockery on the wing. He's guarded by Perry. Buchanan Jr. guarded by Gross. Find Dockery inside. Dockery with a great pass to James. James goes up, and that's good. 5-point game now. Tigers lead. Hollingsworth will control now. He dishes it off to Dion Dunnington. Dunnington working on Buchanan Jr. He'll give it up and find Perry. Perry to Webster. Webster on the wing. Works to Dillingsworth from way deep. That's off. Board by Buchanan Jr. after some fight. And the Tigers will control with the 5-point lead. Buchanan Jr. off the James screen to Brimage. Brimage working baseline, and that'll be a charge. Brimage got a little too out of control there. And good coverage by the trainers, covering a lot of space.
That trainers need a timeout. Tigers back with their largest lead of the game at 5. See how the trainers will be able to battle back after this timeout.
Once again, we want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit the subscribe or drop a like down below if you haven't already. And we want to thank our sponsors for today's video, Rockland's Barbecue. We'll be back. And welcome back once again to the Tiger Den. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in this one. Tigers facing off against the McKinley Tech trainers. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. Exciting action. 5-point game here. Tigers with the lead. Biggest lead of the game. McCray will get a steal and flip it to James. James working inside. That's off the mark after the offensive board. A costly turnover from the trainers there. They get away without points though. Perry will be guarded by Brimage. Working off a screen. Floats it off and that's off the mark. And that'll be a jump ball. Good fight from Buchanan Jr. Should be Tigers basketball.
Yeah, I think in this situation, 2 minutes left, 5-point ball game, you gotta get it to your best player, you gotta get to your best scorer. And so far, the trainers have not done that, have not gotten the ball to Terrell Webster.
Now Webster finds himself with it, guarded by James. Webster pulls from way deep. That's way off the mark. Board though by Gross. Buchanan Jr. calmly brings the ball up the court, guarded by Gross. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Tigers might be able to ice the game here. Buchanan Jr. calling off the deep offense. Buchanan Jr. pull up. That's off the mark. Offensive board from Buchanan Jr. And that'll be a steal from the trainers. And a foul called on James.
That means Webster will be heading to the line for a 1-and-1. A big-time player right here on that call. Buchanan gets the shot he wants inside. Not able to finish, and now Webster at the line to be able to cut the lead to 1.
Oh boy, what a turn of events there. Buchanan Jr. had the look he wanted. Looks like he just missed it off the back iron. And Webster now will find himself at the free throw line. A great shooter. Misses his free throw though, way off the mark. James finds himself with the board.
James with another big time rebound after the miss on the big front end of the 1-and-1. Webster played great all game long. Arguably made one of his few mistakes right there at the line.
Yeah, looks like he rushed it way off the mark. 1 minute and 20 seconds left now. McCray will find Dockery. Dockery to James. James to Buchanan Jr. guarded by Webster. The two stars going at it. They'll find Dockery inside. Dockery with the cross. Dockery working inside to Brimage. Brimage floats it up off the mark. And that'll be Trainers basketball after a missed floater from Brimage. 3-point ball game.
Yeah, another great look right there. Great drive inside right there from Dockery. Able to find the Brimage on a beautiful play, but just another missed little bunny right there for the Tigers. Perry
will float it over the top. to Dunnington. Dunnington fading. That's off the mark. Great board by Buchanan Jr. there. 3-point game, 45 seconds left. Trainers got to press up and get a stop here if they want to make something happen. Buchanan Jr. can ice the game with the score here. And a smart timeout from Coach T. Johnson for the Tigers. We'll take a breath.
18 seconds left between shot clock and game clock. Plenty of time for the Trainers to get the ball if they get a stop here. Just can't allow Buchanan to get inside, and then got to rebound the basketball. We've seen on multiple possessions closing out this game where guys like Cocker James and Darren Buchanan Jr. grab key offensive rebounds. The Trainers have got to get this board and then got to get a quick score.
That's exactly right. Exciting stuff from the Tiger Den. We'll be back after the timeout. And we're back at the Tiger Den here. Only 34 seconds left in this one. Super exciting Final Four play to see who will be sent to the DCIAA Championship. And then eventually after that, the DCSAA Championship. 3-point lead for the Tigers here. Richmond will inbound. Dockery, Buchanan Jr., McCray, and Brimage on the floor now. Richmond will find Dockery. Dockery coming downhill inside. He'll be fouled and head to the line. Big play from number 2, Robert Dockery, who's been struggling all game.
Yeah, interesting to see Coach T run that play so quickly. Plenty of time left on that shot clock. Thought they could have iced it down a little bit, taken a little bit more time off the clock. Still 27 seconds left in this one. Tigers really struggle from the line. These are 2 big free throws right here from Dockery.
So James should check in the game. Believe the trainers called a timeout. So Dockery at the line. Very ironic here. Dockery been struggling all day. 5, 6, 7 turnovers at least thus far. And he knocks down the first one ice cold. That'll make it a 2-possession game now. Big shot from Dockery. James checks in the game after the timeout for defense. Dockery misses the second one, but he gets his own board and lays it up. Robert Dockery, are you kidding me? Trainers got to make something happen here. Tigers bench yelling to not foul. Collingsworth from way deep. That's off the mark. Board by Buchanan Jr. 8 seconds left. He'll be fouled. And the crowd getting into it. The Tigers seem to have done it. Buchanan Jr. settling down the team after he waves goodbye to the trainers, crowd, and cheerleaders. Six-point game. You got the guy you want on the free throw line. Buchanan Jr. misses the first one and keeps it a 6-point game. Still 2 possessions. If Buchanan Jr. can hit this one, it'll make it 3 possessions, and he does. Big shot there. Trainer's got to get a bunch of quick threes here. Webster's the guy you want, but James will get it, and Buchanan Dockery stuffs it for the win. Sir, come upstairs for the win. 50-41 is the final. Tigers will take it home and head on to the finals to face off against the winner between Coolidge and Roosevelt. What a game.
I mean, what can I say? Tigers really struggled in that first half. Able to show the resilience, be able to come battle back in that second half. Played great behind the leader of Darren Buchanan Jr. I mean, guys like Robert Dockery struggled at times, but made some big plays, really worked as a unit on the defensive end. I mean, credit to the Tigers to be able to ice this one out.
So the Tigers will head to the locker room. Coach C. Johnson will secure a 9-point victory. And that'll wrap up our broadcast. Once again, it's been Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wegman. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Super exciting game. We'll be back Wednesday. That means for the DCIAA Championship. Want to thank our sponsors, Rockland's Barbecue, once again. And we thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and like. This has been Wilson Live. We're out.